Last year, the energy world lost a true champion and leader with the passing of Kerry Worthington, who was the executive director of the United States Energy Association for 32 years. Today, we are joined by his daughter, Kerry Worthington, who continues his legacy in the energy world as a staff member of NARUC. Today, she will share some insights about her father. Thank you, Kerry, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Regina, for having me and for honoring my father's work for over 32 years.
Yes, so for those who might not be familiar, can you briefly describe your father?
Thanks, Regina. My father is a Penn State Nittany Lion through and through. He studied man and the environment on the wave of the 1970s oil crisis. He started his career working for the lieutenant governor of Pennsylvania and happened to be there for 3 Mile Island. When he moved to Houston to work for Houston Lighting and Power, he worked alongside the linemen, and they would tell him things like, "Mr. Worthington, you do not work in the electricity industry until you put your hard hat on." So he started his career at USCA, bringing all of that experience, and the world at the time was going through some political turmoil coming off of the Cold War. Most recently, he was a chair for a group of experts to the Committee on Sustainable Energy for the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe. To me, he lent an ear, or what I call gave fatherly advice to his board, his staff, and numerous utility, federal, and world energy leaders.
Wow, it seems like he was at the forefront of a lot of historical events that transpired. So that's really interesting to know. So what do you think is your dad's true legacy?
My dad always used to say that he wants energy for all. He worked off of the work of Walker Lee Sisler, who believed in electricity for all, and he brought it to energy for all. So for over 30 years, he worked with USCA, US DOE, US Aid, and their members and commissioners, commission staff, and NARUC staff to support the direct deployment of affordable energy infrastructure and electricity delivery. As a kid, he loved to stay up late. He loved to read, and he was able to read because he was able to have a flashlight at night. And I have no doubt that his gratitude for a light at night and his love for reading really propelled him to want education, students all over the world to seek education through their ability to have electricity.
I like that concept of energy for all. I mean, that's really great. That's a great legacy. So what did he really get out of the profession, and what did he really love most about it?
Yes, he really loved building his relationships with his colleagues. So anytime he could bring his family to his events or his meetings, I think that he really enjoyed that most. I'm being lighthearted. So on a little bit more serious note, he really wanted to make a difference. I think he started out the same way a lot of us do in the industry. We want to make a difference. And I think that because he kept his relationships close to him, he was able to really stay on that path and keep close to that mission.
So you play an important role for us at NARUC as a manager in the Center for Partnerships and Innovation. So how do you think that he has influenced your career?
Thanks for the question, Regina. It's a really big answer for me. He really inspired me from a young age. I thought that he was a big business person who traveled the world making deals, but as I grew older, I realized that really what made him him was his ability to build relationships and build consensus. And I think that I've taken a similar direction. As I mentioned, he had in-home delegations. So I got to meet a lot of his world colleagues, and he's throughout the decades brought us to many of his events. in 12th grade, he supported me by allowing me to have my 12th grade accounting internship with USCA. And so he never closed the door on me to learn about his professional life. In college, I attended Forum After Forum, where they mentioned the lack of young people getting into the energy industry. So I really wanted to help with that. So reflecting on his legacy, Energy for All, that has become my North Star, and it tells me that I'm on the right path with building relationships, and that I can make a difference this way and lead some of those hard conversations about electricity access and affordability.
Well, that's a great North Star. And again, we're all so grateful for the contributions of your dad, Kerry Worthington. And thank you so much for sharing a few of your personal insights.
Thank you for having me today, Regina.